Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ijama. I'm a second year family medicine resident and this is the Balancing Act, where I take you through my journey through residency and talk about how I'm able to mix and match the workload and my lifestyle. So welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the interview process. Pre-interview, post-interview, what's the etiquette, what should you be doing? Update for my life, as some of you might have already noticed, I recently got engaged. So that's exciting. That happened a week ago here in Charlotte, and it was fantastic. A lot of my friends were here. My parents obviously were not here, but they were well aware of everything going on, and definitely cause for celebration. I'm not super open, I guess, when it comes to my personal life. I tend to be a little private. I don't know if I'm gonna bring that much of it into this channel, but maybe in the future I will incorporate a little bit more of my personal life and future wedding planning and all that craziness, because that's also going to be a part of the balancing act during my second and third year of residency, getting ready for that. So that's exciting. Other updates for me, I got the COVID vaccine yesterday. They started giving it out at our hospital, and it's been like 24 hours or so since then, and I'm doing okay. So we'll just kind of see. I am currently on my geriatrics rotation, which encompasses working in geriatric clinic and then working in one of our nursing homes. I also do a lot of my own clinic, continuity clinic as well. The work that we do at the nursing home includes like admitting patients, so patients who are just being discharged from the hospital, but they're being discharged to a SNF, you know, or like a skilled nursing facility or long-term care or something like that. They are going to be coming into a nursing home situation. So we do like new admissions for patients coming in. The work we do in geriatric clinic is with one of our attendings who does geriatrics, and I just help her in her clinic. I just see the patients and tell her about them, basically like regular clinic but precepting. So it's been pretty chill. I have my weekends free, and so that is always nice. So let's get into the main content of the video. So interviews. Well, I like interviews. I feel like they're a great opportunity to show off who you are, literally just who you are as a person. It's definitely not a time to act. It's not a time to put on face or show face or anything like that. It's literally just a time for you to be yourself, because you know, we are able to see as programs, we're able to see you as an applicant and get an idea of, you know, will you fit in? Do we have what you're looking for? Because we want to match great residents, or we want to match great medical students to our program, and not have people come in and then be disappointed or like upset or don't feel like it's a great fit because we didn't do as good of a job during the interview process. So the interview is really a chance to let your own personality shine and to let your interests and your desires be known, because we want to meet those as a program. So first things first, interviews obviously this year are virtual, but hopefully, you know, speaking into existence, this video will be watched for, you know, years to come when interviews are in person again. But at least for virtual interviews, there's a lot of other people who have given tips and tricks, and most of you guys have already started your interviews if you're going to be interviewing virtually this season. Obviously the big things, like make sure your camera is like positioned properly and you have good lighting and a neutral background. Like this background is kind of a lot going on for an interview. You just want something that's not going to be super distracting, no chance of something like falling or roaming around in the background and things like that. I think for me, doing my interviews, one of the things that maybe stuck out that I would say is just make sure the camera is like eye level. I think, you know, I've done some where it seemed like the camera was like higher up. So I don't know, like the eye contact was just weird. I was like, are you looking at me, or are you like, why? I don't know. So just make sure the camera is like eye level so it doesn't make for any like weird, awkward eye contact situation. Make sure you practice and tame your habits, because the same habits that you have when you interview in person, you're gonna have when you interview virtually too. So if you're always touching or doing touching your face, or you're always fidgety during regular interviews, that same thing happens in the virtual interview. And so if you're like that, you definitely want to make sure you get a stationary chair and not a chair that's like doing all this, because it gets a little distracting for the interviewer to keep up. Before the interview, major key, make sure you do your research on the program. The way that I gauge interest from an applicant is based on like the questions that they're giving to me. So if they're asking specific questions about the program, like, oh, I saw on the website that you guys offer this. What does that really look like as a resident? Or I really have an interest in this and considering fellowship in this. Like, how are you guys gonna make sure that I have the training that I need? Or what is it that you guys offer that's gonna set me apart from other people in the future? Stuff like that. I'm like, this person is really invested in our program. They're really interested. They're truly wanting to get to know what we can do for them. So that type of stuff is a plus, plus, plus. You wanna have specific pointed questions about the program that you're interviewing at, not just, oh, like what are their strengths and weaknesses, or why did you choose to come here? Those are great questions and you should ask them, but you should also have your specific pointed questions. Like, there's a lot of questions about post-interview etiquette and who do I need to be emailing, or do I need to send a handwritten note? I think when we had in-person interviews, the handwritten letters were a nice touch. Now that everything is virtual, I think it's pretty generally accepted across the board that email thank yous are appropriate. It is a nice touch, and I know we value it. And so I think sending just a thank you email either to the residents that you spoke to or the program director that you had an interview with is a good thing to do after your interview, specifically for programs that you're interested in. You don't have to do it all the time, but specifically for programs that you're interested in. In that communication, you need to be specific. So not just a generic thank you auto text, but just be specific. Thank you for the opportunity to interview. I especially appreciated learning about X, Y, and Z. Then let's say you get to the end of your interviews and you're going through your rank list, and I think that's a whole different conversation that we can have maybe in a couple months when it's time to make rank lists. But you have your top program. I feel, at least I did, and I feel like it's appropriate across the board to send, some people call it a letter of intent. Basically, some people call it a like ranking number one letter. I do feel like it's appropriate to engage in that sort of communication with the program and let them know that you are very serious about the program, because we want people who want us. So it's kind of just like you, it's nice to be liked. Same thing with the program, like it's nice to be liked. So we want people who want us, because that just shows that you're gonna be invested, you're gonna be hardworking, you're gonna be thankful and grateful for being in the program and all that stuff. So some people also use vague language, like I plan to rank this program very highly or very favorably. I don't know. I mean, I think it's better to just be clear. I think it's better to just be clear, but I don't know. I don't have great advice for that about whether one or the other. One other thing I would say during the interview, because it's virtual, it changes the dynamic of how to look engaged. In the virtual sphere, it's different because your face almost can't like draw flat during the setting, because it just looks like you are no longer interested. So you do have to do a little bit more active smiling and nodding in the virtual setting than you would have to do if it were in person, I feel like. If you have specific questions about the interview process or post-interview etiquette, like specific situations that you want to get my opinion about, you can feel free to ask me. I'm not an expert. I'm not a program director. I'm just a resident, so I don't take anything that I say as like gold. I've just been through the process and I'm on the other side of it now. I'm like doing recruitment, so I just have like a little bit of insight. So honestly, do your best, put your best foot forward, your best face forward, your best lighting forward, and just be yourself. That is the ticket. And that is how you're going to land yourself into the program that you belong in. Thank you so much for watching this video. It has been quite the year. Thank you guys for riding with me this year. Thank you for telling people about my channel and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the positive comments and the encouragement that I get. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am super grateful for this little tiny community, and I hope that it continues to grow over the next year as I continue to grow and get better. Yeah, I wish you guys the best. I wish you guys a good holiday season, a safe holiday season with your families. If you plan on seeing your family, or if you have to work like me on Christmas, then I wish you a safe time in the hospital or in the clinic or wherever you're going to be. Well, you shouldn't be in the clinic, but in the hospital. Yes, I love you guys very much, and I will see you in my next video and in 2021. Bye. What y'all see The Rock?